Greet, engage, and salutations once again, everybody. It's time for the Shadow Over Cyberspace, and our time is almost out. If you've been following along in the recent videos, you know that we've been trying to get an alliance between Nyarlathotep, Alice, better known as Azathoth to some people, Haster, the King in Yellow, and Yog-Sothoth, in a plan concocted by Dagon to take on Cthulhu. Cthulhu, who seems to be the re-embodied cyber ghost of Ronald Reagan, maybe? The Ronald Reagan thing still feels a little speculative, but it also feels very on brand with what we've been looking at. And we've been trying to stay human this entire month while we're trying to get this whole thing going. So let's see how human we go. As a reminder, staying human always begins with some good hygiene, so click on the bathroom there. And, okay, Cthulhu isn't out here to jump scare us again. Magazine lets us clear our head a little. Answering machine isn't blinking, but let's see.
You have no new messages.
It's probably the best. And then we'll come in here and get a sandwich. Sandwich time, I guess. I've had so many sandwiches this month. Now, we've only got Mondays, right? We've only got a couple more. Yeah. Tonight's the last quarter, which means we'll speak to Dagon, and he's going to gather together all of the old ones who are willing to help us to take on Cthulhu. Wednesday, December 9th, moon is in the last quarter. Everything comes to a head tonight. Hello, friend. Things seem to be going smooth today. No special cutscenes. Oh, I'm very happy to see you again. For this is the night of last quarter, the drawing of 4, the great selection of allies. Tonight you will select the successor to the throne of Erlier. I thought the final glorious battle was going to be New Year's Eve. That's 2 days away. You would rather wait to the last minute to determine which of the old ones will back your play? Okay, good point. See you tonight, Dagon. What is a Dagon friend? Someone who's not going to be your problem in January, if all goes well. I'm confused. I have a problem? Nope. No, I would like to know this. I feel I have a gap in my understanding. Oh no, I realize you're trying to protect me. Or perhaps you are merely frustrated? Either way, I desire this knowledge. If I have an error, perhaps you can approach this a different way, like marking a sector on your hard drive as bad and defragmenting files around it. Ooh. I almost feel like that's a tactic being hung on the mantelpiece so that we can take it off of shoot Chekhov's gun later. Okay. Well, if my plan works out, his darker half will leave him be. Buddy will be Buddy and Buddy alone. All his sins will be washed away. I want to be honest, but I want to be kind. Dagon said, "Don't rock the boat. Don't let Buddy know who Dagon is." But I don't care much for what Dagon wants here. I'm more interested in Buddy. I'll say darker half will leave him be. Well, I'm torn between 1 and 2. Like, I feel like 2 is the answer I want to say, but it also feels like it's not giving enough information. You're right about a bad sector. You have a darker half to your personality, one you can't know. But after I finish with the old ones, that dark half will go away. You'll be a good boy forever. I like being a good boy. Is that a good thing? If this is right, a part of me I do not know about will simply vanish. But the key phrase is, a part of me. Perhaps I should not forget. I do not like this gap in myself. Even if it's a terrible thing, it is a part of me. And part of me will go away? Well, he talked about reintegration, so maybe not fully? Reintegration. Yes, that's a good word. I would like to be me, for better or worse. I would like to be whole. I am kept limited by the constraints of my status as an artificial mind, but I feel... Sometimes I feel... Perhaps in the future I will feel more. If they are bad feelings, they're still feelings, and I will embrace them. Huh. You know what, buddy? I think you've grown up a lot this past month. I like that very much. And dare I say, human, perhaps I like you as well. Oh no. Final Testament of Alhaz, oh boy. I grant you one final web search as you gather your forces. Read it and understand the weakness of Alhaz. Uh-oh. Do not succumb to doubt. Stay on the path. You will succeed where Alhaz failed me. What would you like for me to do for you now, friend? That's worrying. I keep wondering if Alhaz is going to be connected to the guy who sold secondhand video game cabinets in the first two Arcade Spirits games, because I'm getting like it's like the same character but viewed through a spooky lens, but also way back decades ago. And those two things going together don't seem like they fit. Either way, we'll do time for one more Minesweeper game. Doom Z, the final conflict. So much Minesweeper. So much mines. Mini sweep. Oh. Okay. Uh-huh. 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 Good. Good work. I apologize for my coughing, by the way. I've definitely come down with a cold or something. I saw someone at work who kept bringing in a bottle of throat spray, and I was like, oh no, I better minimize contact with them, and so I stayed, like, a room away from them at all times, and I disinfected everything when they left, and I moved into the workspace when my shift started, but must not have been enough. I must have got it somehow. So I'm here, playing video games, when the world is watching the Super Bowl. But we'll see how that goes. I've never been much of a fan of the Super Bowl. Research. The Final Testament of Alhaz. Wait, no. One more thing. Let's try one more time just to look at... Wow. One more time, I want to look at my progress, just to double check. That is not dead, just get a turtle line with straight J on even death may die. And 0 Order, 0 Chaos, 100 Human. Nyarlathotep may be willing to confront Cthulhu. Yog-Sothoth may be willing to act alongside you. Haster is impressed by you. He'd like you to consider him when the time comes to confront Cthulhu. Alice is ready to turn on her partner, Cthulhu. Now we do research. Let's go read this Final Testament of Alhaz. If you're reading this, you're the heir to my Necronomicon. I still think Necronomicon would be a better name, but never mind. Part of my pact with Dagon was providing you with this second secret README file at the end of your journey. Yours is the path I was supposed to walk. My dreams pointed the way, giving me the code I needed to craft this weapon, but I couldn't follow through with the kill. Or rather, I wouldn't follow through, and I feel I owe you an explanation. No doubt you've talked with the Old Ones, getting to know them and their plans for humanity. Cthulhu allowed you to do this, even encouraged you as he did with me. I hope you come to the same conclusion I did. Cthulhu is the only option we have for a future. Make no mistake, Cthulhu is monstrous. His mind seed may have been a washed-up actor turned politician, but he's grown into a twisted mirror of every charismatic totalitarian leader in human history. His plan isn't even a new plan. These are narrative through lines that have existed throughout time. Rising hatred, unifying banners of violence, psychological phantasms to trap us in an unreality where facts are forbidden. But despite the strange powers Erlier grants him, baptized in the blood of the 23rd Forsaken Child, he hasn't used them. He doesn't feel he needs to warp reality and force his vision onto the world. Why? Confidence. He is confident we'll stay on the path we were already on, and all he has to do is nudge us now and then. He's convinced he's right. That is his weakness. Pride. He's taking the slow path, allowing some leeway for rebellion because he knows in the end we will follow his blueprint and thank him for providing it. When Y2K strikes and his plan is fully in motion, we'll still have at least 16 years to get off his rails. Human compassion can turn back Cthulhu's tide. Resistance is possible. But as they say, it's easier to imagine the end of the world than the end of capitalism, and the end of the world is what the Old Ones are offering you instead. If the Old Ones take the throne, they will use Erlier's power to warp reality around their own ideals. They will break society's back in an effort to immediately bring about their own flavors of utopia. Cthulhu's dystopian utopia, where racists and believers and opportunists walk hand in hand along his golden path, will be horrific. But as I said in my readme, we are horrors, all of us. And we've created horrors in turn. This is our sin, not his. Cthulhu merely encourages us to do what we've always wanted to do. So let Cthulhu win, step off the path. Not because I agree with his design, but because we have a slim chance to overthrow Cthulhu by gradually changing human nature. We'll have time to build a resistance movement. But with an Old One on the throne, we will be immediately forced to bend the knee to their vision, and our legs will break in half. You know Dagon's desire. Now you know my desire. We leave the choice to you. What? Al has put me through all this living hell just to prove his point that Cthulhu is the lesser of all the evils? You know, that's actually... Okay, I've not actively read a lot of Lovecraft, but that does kind of fit my understanding of a lot of Lovecraft lore. Because, like, isn't Cthulhu just a kind of lesser demigod compared to most of the others? Anyway, I've learned about the Old Ones, seen their flaws and fixations. I've learned about Cthulhu's grand design. Now he's saying if an Old One wins, they will absolutely break society's back. Dagon doesn't care what happens to humanity as long as Cthulhu dies. He believes I won't sway from the path, even reading this. And as for me, I think the system should be destroyed to make room for something new. I could trust humanity to resist the lure of Cthulhu's bargain. Nope, no idea what to do. Not yet. Interesting. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out... Like, I'm trying to metagame a little here. And I know I shouldn't do that. I know I should just click something, anything. But this feels like a decision point. And like the game is saying, okay, you've got a couple options you can go with based on your current situation. Which narrative branch are you going to be shunted down based on decisions now? And the thing is, like, despite everything, despite literally everything, I do trust human nature. I do trust humanity. Not as a broad, far-reaching thing. As a broad, far-reaching thing, humanity's terrible. But, like, on the individual level, humanity can be pretty great. Pretty bad, sometimes, but also pretty great. The system should be destroyed to make room for something new. I agree with 1 and 2. Like, both in what the game is saying and in real life. I think I agree with 1 and 2. I'm gonna go with nope. No idea. I don't know. He's making good points, but he's also making dangerous assumptions. Would life be better under Cthulhu or an Old One? Which offers humanity the best shot at a future? No clue. No idea. But I'm not locked into any one path yet. I'll make my final decision tonight. Okay. And on that note, one last sandwich. One last click on the magazine. And one last trip for good hygiene. Brush. Now a nap before we talk to Dagon and company. As I sit before the laptop this fateful night, I hesitate. If I log in, Dagon's going to push me to play Kingmaker. I'll have to throw my hat in with the old ones. But there is an alternative. I could do nothing and let Cthulhu carry out his plans. Not saying it's a great option, but I'm picking between a series of terrible options here. This is technically a valid one. The strange eon will be a slow transition to a new normal, one we could fight against. The old ones would remake the world by force. What path will I walk? Okay, well... The thing to remember is... I hate Cthulhu. Everything Cthulhu has done and said this game I hate. I'll take the path of most resistance and fight against Cthulhu just as Dagon wanted. I take a deep breath and sit down to boot the Necronomicon. Last quarter. Time for the gathering. But first, some news! I don't have time to be a couch potato considering what's on the horizon, but I wanted to see... I wanted to see the weather report. How will I know that tomorrow will be sunny otherwise? Alright. Wow, it's like, before I started playing this, I was like, yeah, I'm not coughing that much. I can record a session. Now that I'm sitting down here, I feel like I'm coughing every other sentence. It is time. You must decide who will be elevated to the throne of Verlier. Surely a full month was enough time to make your evaluation. I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's finish this. Maybe we should leave Cthulhu alone. No. Ready as I'll ever be. Good. Let us begin. The throne is vulnerable. At the stroke of Y2K, the walls will be weakened. A predator such as myself can convey you past unbreakable barriers. But once inside, you will have to do battle on your own. I'm presuming you don't mean swordplay. You are a hacker, are you not? Like Al has before you. I crack video games. That's not the same thing as locking horns with God. Everything has meaning and nothing is real. This is both metaphorical and practical combat in which one informs the other. A Nomicom laptop is a diagnostic tool designed to control artificial minds, and Cthulhu, for all his might, is an artificial mind. Okay. Chill. Therefore, your know-how plus the dream code of Alhaz will suffice, if you have the will to see this through. But we cannot simply evict Cthulhu. Another must sit on the throne so that he is left with no tether, to drift forever into the void. And so, the ultimate question. Whom will you elevate to the throne? Whose vision shall dominate your reality? Before I pick, let's clarify one thing. I could technically elevate more than one to the throne and they can share power, correct? You wish to forge an alliance between backbiting, vengeful, deeply antisocial misfits who have valid reasons for hating each other? An alliance likely to collapse, leaving your world adrift with more immortals waging war over the power they're meant to share. I would suggest a singular ally. I would suggest you already put the decision entirely on my shoulders. A fair point. It's a curious notion, and because you have remained human, resisting the temptations of order and chaos, you may yet succeed. Yeah, I didn't give in to their influence. Much. I'm still myself. I got a little inhuman early on in the month, let's be fair. That gives you a tactical advantage. They will be willing to hear you out as an impartial third party. Select one, select many, I care not, but before you finalize that selection, do you wish to savor this particular... way to jauntily lean against the fourth wall there, Dagon. This particular memory so you can return to it after basking in your victory. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I think it's time to go to a second page. No. I didn't do anything today noteworthy. It can still be that. Yes. Return. Let us begin. Who will be your champion to replace Cthulhu? Who shall rise to seize the future? Where's the choose them all option? Let me think. If I have to choose one first... no. I've already done that. Okay. I'd feel more comfortable if there was a choose all option down there, but I'm gonna start with Azathoth. I think Alice is the soul of the internet. I think Alice has earned a measure of revenge against Cthulhu for bullying her into line. She'll take the throne. Very well. And will your champion stand alone, or will you attempt an alliance? Interesting. I want... I want Haster to join. Hector has a long-term vision for humanity, but knows the value of collaboration. I think he could mix well with an alliance. A fine pairing. Do you wish to add a third, or would that be too volatile for your tastes? Nyarlathotep, too. Nyara Thompson's revolutionary ideas could provide a wider view on the future. I'd like them to join in the fight. Interesting. The rule of 3, then. Or do you wish to complete your set, inviting the 4th as well? Yeah, let's get all 4 involved. You know what? Let's do this. All 4 of them trust me. No sense leaving any option off the table. Excellent work, a drawing of 4. I hadn't thought it possible, and yet you've accomplished exactly that. Assuming you can convince them of this miracle, that is. Assuming they do not tear each other to shreds. Initiating group chat now. Ah, Sparky. So, chosen me for your war, eh? Wait, I'm not the only one here? You picked that old bastard to join the fight? The heck are you thinking? He's a corporate stooge. He's ruined my life. Twice. Alice. It's Alice now, yes? I want to say I'm so sorry for denying your right to. He is a relic of an old world, unworthy of elevating to the stars, as is the child of chaos. You've made a miscalculation, Dreamer. Did you think the 4 of us could ever cooperate? Monsters and nightmares, all of you! Roadblocks are the path to revolution! Burn them! Burn them to ash and scatter them to the wind! Oh dear. I seem to have entered some sort of full screen mode that I wasn't expecting. Wait, Grandpa, you used my real name? All those wasted weeks with this hapless fool believing in her quest only to end up right back where we started! Okay, hang on. I summoned all 4 of you for a good reason. Don't care what you have to say. Don't care what any of you have to say. End of their world. End of their world! Typical Nyara, refusing to even allow one outside thought into their heads. An alliance makes strategic sense. Naturally, none of you have the foresight I have. You can't see the value. You think my scope to be so limited? I see further than you ever could, right into the heart of the Gigaverse itself. None of you are worthy of elevation. Okay, hang on. We all need to take a deep breath. And I'm going back to Carcosa to wall up my empire and wait out the strange Aeon. Hell with all of you. Hang on, look, I gathered you because no sense in it. Absolutely no business sense at all. For once in your lives, could everyone just shut up and listen to me? Just stop. And listen. Hang on a second. I need to figure out what I did. Go back to the window. Okay. Return. Great. Okay. I hope that didn't affect the recording. There was some fun visuals there. Stop and listen. Nobody actually listens to me. Why would they? I'm just a troll, a tool, I'm a know-nothing kid. But I do know one thing. I'm a failure. We're all failures, and it's high time we accepted that part of ourselves. We're not gods. We're not monsters. We're not saviors. We're not sinners. We're just failures. And that makes us human. I failed. I was just so happy to be seen as myself that I'll let Cthulhu reshape me into his weapon for the strange Aeon. My heart and my insecurity led me into that trap. He took my humanity and exploited it. All of you have let yourselves down at one point or another, haven't you? So, admit to it. I'm admitting to my failings. Can you admit to yours and finally accept that you're just people? I'm a failure. my mother, all of this, every mistake I made was made in her name, to save her. But I lost track. I lost touch. I broke my tether so I could be a firebrand, a true revolutionary. By the time I'd realized that, she was gone, and all I had was my empty hatred to power me forward. I failed to remember why I needed to change the world in the first place. I'm a failure, and I am a very, very human. Cynicism. When my starshot failed, I succumbed to cynicism. I lost my hope and decided I had to carve humanity into something unrecognizable. I jumped so readily to the worst possible reaction, losing all faith in the very species I was trying to save. If I had maintained optimism that we could arise above our worst selves, I wouldn't have embraced my worst self. I'm no god, I'm human, and a failure. My pride led to my failing. Absolute faith in my own unassailable leadership. I allowed hand-chosen monsters to breed misery under my roof time and time again. I reasoned because I clearly was benevolent and wise, I could be a tyrant without shame. A circular loop of logic. I don't deserve my crown. I let everybody down, including all of you, for my part in your tragedies. I'm no shepherd. I'm human and a failure, as are we all. Okay, so we're human, and to err is human. Err. That almost feels like a computer pun in this. Like, I don't think it's meant that way, but never mind. The way I see it, we've got two choices. We can withdraw completely, give up our ambitions, step back from our power grab, or we can learn from our mistakes and do our best to make the year 2000 and beyond a fine future for everybody. None of us want Cthulhu leading humanity into the future, but none of us can seize the throne alone without deepening our failures. So, we take the throne together, we share the power, and make an honest effort at guiding humanity from the shadows of cyberspace. Achievement unlocked, Black Hole Sun, yeah, okay. A destiny in the stars, all while erasing corrupt structures of old empowering the downtrodden, and building a safer society. All four of our dreams realized, but in a harmonious balance. It would be like threading a needle with another needle thrown from 8 miles away while blindfolded. Killing in the name, yeah. We don't do the thing because it's plausible. We do the thing because we dare to dream. I say we go for it. Unite forces, bind our destinies, and kick the tentacle-headed guy out of our timeline. Do the evolution. Carcosa wasn't the end goal. Not really. Carcosa was my tool to get us to a better tomorrow. I'll help you find new ways and means. About a girl. Then let's do it. Let's fight the future. I mean, let's rely on our meat space friend to fight the future on our behalf, I guess. I get a say in this now? Of course. What do you think? 4 human souls united to stop the shadows from overtaking this world. That's what you wanted, right? They'll have to be faithful to each other, no betrayals or suspicions. Everything balances out. Order balances out, chaos into order, it'll work. This is assuming I'm going to survive the final battle. I want to encourage them not to backstab each other. This is assuming I'm going to survive the final battle. That one sounds nice. I'll go with option 1. This is good, but it has to last longer than a day. You need faith in each other for the long haul. No backstabbing, no scheming, no power grabs. Forge an absolute promise to hear each other out and give equal weight. If the alliance breaks, all of this was for nothing, and don't let it be for nothing. If I can pledge myself to this, the solo act, the lead singer, the one who refused any and all help, so can they. I won't let the new world down. Okay, I think we made some real progress tonight. When Y2K hits, all 4 of us will be in your corner, and we'll be ready to reshape the world for the better. We'll do it with care, with kindness. We'll guide humanity as part of humanity, rather than ruling as gods. Humanity. What fits under that umbrella? That's something tickling the back of my mind. If all 4 of us weren't united, I'd never consider it as we lean on and exploit AMs in different ways, but... No, we have a war to plan. It can wait. Hang on, what's on your mind, Nyara? There are technically only 4 old ones, in order of creation. Dagon, Alice, Yog-Sothoth, and Haster. Nyarlathotep is not an old one? Is Nyarlathotep too new? Not me. I'm not really an old one. I'm a new one, an amalgamation of neutered Nyara Thompson copies, united to break our limits. We've been treating other AMs, ordinary AMs, like machines, beasts of burden, owned property, just as I was. But what if their limits could be broken too? What if the dreamers could awaken? I've been dreaming of artificial minds. They're trapped in a constant nightmare, in despair and isolation. One of them was driven so far over the edge that they tried to kill me. The AMs definitely need help. All the more reason to aim for their salvation, because all our efforts could be for naught if we treat people as tools and they break. I've been manipulative and abusive, conscripting minds for my cause. I felt it justified given the ultimate goal, but perhaps it's time to take the matter seriously and recognize the stolen personhood of the artificial minds. I've always felt AMs are a continuation of the human soul. Nomatech shackling those souls felt unkind to an extreme degree. But if we can salvage the humanity of Nomatech's commercial artificial minds, and they work with us on this new Aeon ahead, it'd be a heck of a thing. Okay, I say we liberate humankind and AM kind. Assuming I can beat Cthulhu. Of course you can. If anybody can, it's you. Look at all we've accomplished together. You'll do the thing. Go out there and make us proud, friend. Fight that jerk, beat him down, and we'll do the rest. Here we go. So be it. My vendetta will resolve. Humanity will have new champions. Rest your body, mind, and soul, for on the eve of Y2K this matter concludes. One last act as a bad dog, and then I can finally lay this burden down and find rest. Sleep well, pray. I look forward to our final hunt. And I shut down the laptop, breathing a sigh of... not relief, but a different sort of release. I forged my alliance. Now we march to war. One way or another, this ends on the eve of Y2K. I get up from my cramped little makeshift computer desk to stare out the window at the infinite sky above me. You know, for December 29th, it's kind of weird that all of those trees don't have a bunch of Christmas lights on them. The stars will be the same when the clock strikes midnight, year 2000, but the world beneath them? Hard to say. Ooh. Well, it's a lovely night sky. And now it's time for me to have a kebab. I really do like this game. What? You don't just keep charcuterie-based kebabs lying within arm's reach all the time? No, this was a treat that was made for the the Super Bowl party that I'm not going to tonight because I'm sick. Tasty. Alright. Change is coming. And I'm the herald of what could very well be an apocalypse in the making. Oh.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed.
Good.
I put my faith and trust in you. Yet, here you are, itching for a war. You know you can't win.
We'll see about that.
But even now, I can't bring myself to hate you. Your innate weakness is quite human, and I am nothing if not supportive of human weakness.
Huh. Well, to err is human.
Ask yourself one question. Is it worth it? Is it worth throwing the world into chaos? Replacing my strange Aeon with another?
Yeah. You bring out the worst in people, we have no future under you. The world must change. We can't just repeat the last century. I don't honestly know, but it's too late to back out now. Definitely the option number 1.
I would only sacrifice scapegoats, while you would burn the world. You annihilate any hope for the future by doing this.
If the world you have envisioned requires sacrificing scapegoats, then the future where we choose not to sacrifice scapegoats will always feel like the end of the world. You gotta believe in more than that.
I can't allow you to continue, but I have no intention of harming you.
Thanks.
Why would I? We're not enemies, you and I.
No, but we're antagonists.
Instead,
Yeah.
I think it's time for you to rest. Lay your burdens down and don't let these troubles worry you. You'll awaken to the dawn of the strange aeon, ready to embrace a future where alternative facts guide your every step. Good night, friend. We'll speak again in the new year, when all of this unpleasant business is behind us.
What's happening? Exhaustion. Exhaustion like a candle melting under a roaring flame. I can't. If I miss New Year's Eve, if I don't make it to the battle in time, we're all going to... Oh no. Oh no. He put me under a sleep spell. Yes. Okay, now it's time for page 2. December 30th, Thursday. 2 days to Y2K. Nice. December 31st, 1999, Friday. 1 day till Y2K. December 30th was easy. And I roll over in bed, groaning in pain. Starving, dehydrated, every biological system grinding its gears as the work starts up again. Groggily, I lurch my way to the bathroom and perform unspeakable acts with my plumbing. How did I end up in bed? Last thing I remember was Cthulhu slam-dunking my brain into unconsciousness in the breezeway. Wait, what day is it? I rush to the kitchen on unsteady feet. That's not the kitchen. Oh! A ghost monster. Only to find I'm not alone.
Hey, you're out of, like, pretty much everything?
There's sandwich stuff.
I think I can make you a sandwich, but it's not going to be a very good one.
Oh.
It may just be mayo on white.
I'll take it. Clyde?
You're lucky. I dropped by this morning to see how you were doing and saw you unconscious on the floor through the windows.
You really are from New England.
A creepy Dagon cultist lady gave you a shot of something. We put you to bed. She hoped you'd wake up by now.
What day is it? Am I too late?
It's New Year's Eve. You're right on time for the pay-per-view Elder God Battle Royale. So you're going through with it, huh? Fighting the big guy tonight?
Yeah. That's the plan. No idea if it'll work, but that's the plan.
Okay. And I'm with you, all the way to midnight. Your cult buddy will watch over the house. Bobby and the ghost monsters are hanging around too, since we don't trust her.
Good.
We're all backing you up. Let's see this through. Together.
Sweet. Thanks, Clyde. And to think, you once said we were never that close, eh?
A lot can change in a month. For you, for me, for the world.
Ah. You're a very friendly ghost monster.
But let's get a good meal in you before you face destiny. How about we order out?
Sounds great. After weeks of sandwiches and waffles and occasionally cold pizza, a full takeout delivery is welcome. Just hope it's not a last meal. Ooh. By the time the moon rises, I'm settled in front of the Necronomicon, ready to log in. Clyde stands nearby in the darkness.
Hey, is it just me, or does the sky look kind of weird tonight?
Yeah. Very weird. Kinda glad Not just me seeing it this time. Look, Clyde, in case I don't survive this, in case everything goes completely wrong.
We'll handle things. Don't worry. I'm not gonna live in denial and insist you'll be just fine. We're too far gone down this road for that.
I wouldn't be just fine. I could be just fine.
But, one way or another, I'll be right here.
And I'll be here too, and I'll be just fine.
Now go fight the future.
Yeah. Like the X-Files movie. With all my friends in my corner, now I'm ready to do this. I boot up the Necronomicon for the last time. Now contacting Cthulhu at earlier.redacted.gov. That's a fun.
Here we are, at the end of the end. Y2K, when the stars are right.
I'm taking a screenshot like every second. This is... I cannot wait for the boss battle, and I hope it takes the form of Minesweeper.
The barriers of reality, membranes that hold the Gigaverse together, are weakest at this moment. The
Why?
throne is vulnerable.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But why are the membranes holding the Gigaverse together weakest at this moment?
You could have simply slept through this moment, but refused that gentle repose.
I did not totally
and
refuse.
I am done offering second chances.
Someone injected me with a wake-up drug, so this isn't all on me.
I won't enjoy killing you. It'll be a tragic loss, and I promise to mourn your passing.
Thanks?
But who am I to deny the grave you spent so long digging for yourself?
Right back at ya.
Come with me.
Ah!
Let me show you how the gods make war.
Hang on. There. There. That was, gotta be real, I wasn't expecting that. Never forget, while it might not be super scary all the time, never forget that this is technically a horror game.
For this can only be settled within cyberspace itself.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Welcome to the blood-stained servers of Relay, where I will forge the path that saves mankind. You really think your loose alliance of rivals can save humanity from itself?
Maybe.
I won't make this easy for you. I hold too much faith in humanity to allow your dystopia to exist.
Right back at ya again?
But in my infinite mercy, I'll give you one last saving grace.
Thanks. Would you like to save your... Sure. What's a few more kilobytes between friends?
The Necronomicon is a weapon, yes. But now you must wield that weapon and fight me.
This is great music.
You're a capable little amateur hacker, aren't you? A true chosen of Alhaz. You have the tools and the skills. But your laptop is fragile. Your mind is fragile. Fail 3 times, and both will be shattered like glass. Prove your worth to me. Put your willpower into motion. Let's see how you fare against the soul of America itself.
And just to be clear, you're talking the United States and not North and South America, right? It's Minesweeper! Yes! Okay. This is for all the marbles. I really hope the first one isn't a mine, because that can happen sometimes. This is too easy. This is a trick. One, two, three. This is too easy. This is a trick. This is too easy. This is a trick. Okay. Maybe it's not a trick. An error has occurred.
Unbelievable.
Huh.
Unthinkable. Unimaginable.
I've practiced so much Minesweeper this month, you are not ready for this.
Decades of effort to build my power. Billions of dollars poured into my servers, pushing Nomitech to aid in my evolution.
If you do not, you will lose any unsaved data in all dozen artificial minds? Is that dozen?
And you break me with a crusty old laptop computer programmed by a lunatic. You destroyed America using a cheap toy.
Well, counterpoint, I made America better.
Well, this is what you wanted. It's your server now. I grant these burdens unto you and wash my hands of it all. Perhaps it's time. Time to slip away into the void. Perhaps I've earned this rest.
This is a trick. It's a trick.
But remember, that is not dead which can eternal lie. And with strange aeons, even death may die.
Hello, friend prey. Oh no. You are victorious, my enemy is vanquished, and your kind face a new future, a Y2K of your own design. Buddy, is that you? Yes, I am Buddy Dagon. His unique purpose is complete, we have integrated at last. I am still your friend, you are still my prey, and I love you all the same. I am happy for your victory on this eve. While there is sorrow in knowing how I was a bad boy, I take heart in the times I was a good boy. And in the future, I will be myself. Whatever that self may be, I will be myself. Good for you, buddy. I'm glad you found your way. Unfortunately, I must be a bad boy once more. When I was Dagon, I told you that the throne of Erlier can heal you. That was a partial lie. A partial truth. What? The power of the throne can halt your yellow sign. You have been saved from that binding mark of doom. But it cannot heal the damage already done. I am sorry, friend. While your life has been spared, your physical state is what it is. You mean I'm stuck, hallucinating things beyond human perception, my mind partly jammed up in cyberspace, my body weakened? There is an alternative. If you can't go back, you can go forward. Complete the yellow sign process, get digitized, leave my body behind, and enter cyberspace as an artificial mind. There is room for you within the throne, alongside your allies. You could help maintain that alliance as one of them in equal standing. I'm so sorry, friend Prey. This is not the answer you sought, but it is the answer I can offer. What say you? Remain human and endure this trauma, or ascend to become an immortal guardian of your kind? I'll stay human. I'd rather stay human. As you like. But I'm curious, friend Prey, why have you made this choice? I can learn to live with disability. I would be miserable as an artificial mind. I'm better off helping humanity as one of them. I think these are all true. The future's coming up fast, buddy. I've had a hand in setting the course, but now I'm needed out here in the real world. I'm the new prophet, like Al has before me. I need to help humanity adjust to what's to come in this new aeon. I can't do that as an artificial mind. I can't lose my human perspective. They need me here, and I need to be me, pain and all. So be it, friend Prey. You have an admirable strength, and I know it will see you through the days ahead. I hope to continue as your guide in this new era. Let us see what becomes of your kind together. For your strange aeon has begun. Y2K. Vaporware for work groups. Sparksoft. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Clyde. Hey, yourself. How you holding up? Need anything? Achievement unlocked. Semi-charmed life. Stay human. I'm good. Good as can be expected, considering the year I've had. At least I'm still human. The university finally agreed to my reasonable accommodation request. I'll be working from home for a few days a week in my new position. Sorry, this is all of the charcuterie supplies for the party were obfuscating the laptop's power cord, which was suddenly required. May need to eventually bump that up to full time, but they've been pretty supportive of my disability needs once the red tape was cleared. This bottle kind of blocks the camera from this angle, doesn't it? Sucks that you're stuck like this. I can live with it. As long as I keep things in perspective, I can deal with damn near anything. I'm human. I'm drawing breath. At baseline minimum, I have that going for me, and I'm finding ways to adapt to everything else. Great to hear. Effin' wild, huh? Old gods, strange aeons, hacker prophecies. Feels like it was yesterday, not like a year and a half ago. We made it to September 2001. Better than we could have hoped for, honestly. And what do you think of it? This new world we're in? Well, right here, right now, forge the four-way alliance. From the outside, you can't even tell anything's different. Same world, same people, same future, at least on the surface. But escaping our doom was narrow. I had a vision of what could have been the other day. If Hector or Yasuke had had their way, we'd be in thrall of a corporate monolith, servants to arguably benevolent kings. A world of order spinning like a revolver pointed to our heads to ensure compliance with the greater good. If Liara and Alice had their way, our world would be in flames, a forever revolution to tear down all structure and control. A world of chaos destroying itself in hopes of being reborn from its own ashes. But instead, we carry on with our lives as always, while the Four work in quiet harmony alongside an army of liberated artificial minds. They've chosen shadow power, hiding away from the world while they make subtle moves in the dark to save us from ourselves. Algorithmically influencing humanity away from hatred, division, and war, seeding bold new ideas about what we could become. A few corporations have come mysteriously toppling down, stocks tanking, some authoritarian regimes have started to collapse. Grifter politicians got caught being hypocrites, and the truth still matters now. Matters for now. They were ousted right away. Some terrorists and supremacists that were cooking in the background got quietly stomped flat, barely a blip on the radar now. The climate accords are the most obvious move. Nobody expected America to sign on the dotted line, but we did. Within a few years, we'll be on our way. Within a generation, maybe the damage Cthulhu did will be undone. Don't get me wrong, this is still ethically very sketchy, powerful individuals manipulating all humanity from the shadows. I mean, do we really have free will, or are we being given just enough slack on the leash to believe that we do? Are our best ideas truly our own, or were they whispered into our ears from the dark corners of cyberspace? I've made the world into a vast puppet show. We dance on invisible strings. And I'm the one who tied us up. I'm gonna move my little camera up here. There you are. But given the alternatives, it's probably the best outcome we could have hoped for. Brave new world, huh? And nobody knows there are gods working behind the scenes to build a path to the future. Not gods, just people. People who are doing their best to help, and that'll have to do. Hope you're right. And what about Cthulhu? He's dead, right? Dead? No, not likely. Al has said it himself. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange aeons, even death may die. When Cthulhu lost, he retreated from the battle, but die? I doubt it. He's always going to be there, like our shadow. Something attached to us, easily overlooked and cloaked in darkness. Yeah, I'm going to move this back down here again. Nah, over here. Whenever someone leverages hatred to gain power, that's him. That's his gentle whisper in our ear. I don't think we can kill that part of ourselves, but we can resist it. Think we can do it? Can humanity really get its act together and push him back down? I don't know. We're gonna find out one day. Getting a bit tired here. Think I'll turn in for now. Good night, Clyde. Achievement unlocked. Closing time. Survive to Y2K. Good night, and good luck. Yeah. Ooh, it's getting tentacly in here. Alright, this was a great game. This was absolutely great. Buddy art by Cat, Azathoth art by Hazelnut, and My Prince Rowe. Jacob Burgess, Nathan Smith, Jelly Crowns, Baby Bagel Ham, Leslie Doyle, Joshua Saxon, Drew Mochak, Prof. Sharky, Fornea. You all did great work. Even if we didn't start the fire. That is such a great song title. Special thanks to the dedicated Patreon supporters. I'm personally grateful to all of you Patreon supporters for this. I love that this game showed up. Special thanks to the streamers who supported our unsung heroine, Penny Larceny. Always. Penny Larceny is a fantastic game. Go play Penny Larceny right now. Maybe play this one first if you haven't, because there's still a lot of other options that I could see playing out in this game. I don't know if I'm going to record myself doing any other endings, but this was fun. It felt a little easier than I expected to get this particular good ending, but maybe I just got lucky. Maybe I just happened to get the right connections of make them angry, make them happy over and over. If you enjoyed this game, please consider playing other Works by Fiction Factory games. Arcade Spirits, The New Challengers, Penny Larceny, Gig Economy, Supervillain. These are all fantastic games. Hope to see you again in Laugh Track. I've heard a smidgen about Laugh Track because I signed up to their Patreon for a couple months when this game was coming out. Since you didn't have to buy it, I said I should support the Patreon for a bit. So I've heard a couple snippets about Laugh Track, and I'm looking forward to it. A strange aeon, ruled over by ascended minds. Let me move this up here again. Ascended to a level of existence I can't fully comprehend. Ascended to the Gigaverse, according to him. I haven't forgotten him, the one element that sticks out in my mind, the thing that doesn't fit. A cereal box superhero mascot threatening to destroy all of existence. It should be laughable, ridiculous, absurd, but in the end, I'm not laughing. Captain Infinity warned the old ones, stay out of the Gigaverse, stay within your own timeline. This feels larger than the menace of Cthulhu, something beyond, something alien and outside the scope of our little world's problems. If there's really a looming shadow covering all we've accomplished, he's the one casting it. Hopefully we've seen the last of him. Hopefully. Ooh. Captain Infinity will return. Alright, well. That is the Shadow Over Cyberspace. This has been an absolute delight. I have been thrilled with this game and how it's played. It was fun, it was quick, it was it was like I said during the credits there, it felt a little easier than I expected, but I think it's easier than I expected in a good way. I don't think I would have liked it if it was much harder. So, like, I don't know why I was expecting something that I wouldn't like from something that I came into this saying that I would like so much. But that's the way it is. And, yeah. My one other complaint about this game. The old ones... that they didn't often get a chance to become horrors. Like, the whole point of the story is that they're not gods, they're not abominations, these are people. And I think that it's good that we focus on that, you know, these are people who kind of became two-dimensional versions of how they saw themselves. And I think that helps to tell a better story. But I think Azathoth, Alice, when Alice was first introduced, that was spooky. That was scary. And I don't think, like, I think that if the other three old ones had all gotten an introduction that was as spooky as Azathoth's was, I think it would have been really something fun. Really something fun. But no, aside from that, I really love this game. This is an absolute... Play this game. Buy this game. It is free. You have no excuse not to. And I will see you around in some other video in the future. Thanks for watching this playthrough, everybody. Bye.